was diagnosed, this was back in February of 2016, I was diagnosed with HIV, and about a week later I was diagnosed with AIDS. So a lot of people can have HIV and never have AIDS, but the point it was when they found it in me, I had already gotten to an AIDS diagnosis and had pneumonia. I was really, really sick. And I did get better, and I ended up putting a YouTube video out about my story. It really was meant for just my Facebook family. I needed like a 30-minute format to be able to download a video. I'll just tell my story on YouTube because I really just wanted people to know what HIV was today, and you know, that I take a pill a day, and that I'm undetectable, and that can't find the virus in my body anymore. I can't transmit the virus. I'm not a sick person. I'm gonna live a long life, all of those things. And on the flip side, people think that I'm like promoting HIV or making it seem like it's okay. That's not what it is. It's just trying to give hope to the people that are diagnosed, obviously. I put that video out, and within about a month of that video going out, it started kind of going viral. It was sort of crazy, and that video basically started my channel. It was just a genuine progression. People were asking questions, so I did more videos, and it just went on and on like that. So it's been over 2 years now that I've been putting out videos about my life living with HIV. Early on, when this video went out, people would come to my channel and write and say, I found you because I was watching a Freddie Mercury video and you were recommended, and that's how I found your channel, which I always thought was just, it just kind of blew my mind. It was very surreal. After I saw Bohemian Rhapsody, I just saw it again today for the second time. I saw it 2 weeks ago when it first came out. I did like a deep dive on the internet to find out more about Rami Malek because I just was so blown away by his performance. I mean, the striking similarities facially, and he was able to pull off all of Freddie's movements and mannerisms. And, you know, he just did an amazing job, and it just blew my mind. I was like, who is this guy? I've got to find out who he is. So I watched a ton of videos about Rami, and I found out that he had been approached in the spring of 2016. So that was about 2 months after I had been diagnosed. So the timeline of when I was diagnosed till the time that this movie came out, so much has happened to me in that time with regards to my diagnosis and my advocacy and my YouTube channel. So my life has changed 100%. It's crazy. But I'm healthy. In that way, that hasn't changed. I'm still a very healthy person. So I always knew that this movie was being made. I sort of found out about that in the summer of 2016, that there was going to be a Bohemian Rhapsody movie coming out about Queen and Freddie Mercury, and you know, I knew that HIV would be talked about obviously in the movie. And so it was like that little feeling like, wow, I can't wait till this comes out and how they're going to talk about this. Now that I have this, I kind of want to see how they're going to handle it. And you know, they didn't touch on it a lot, and it was sort of okay with that during the movie. They really geared it towards his music and how he kind of came from very humble beginnings. He went into the stratosphere as a superstar. I mean, he was just a huge, huge popular success, and obviously a legacy and still living on today through his music. But I knew that they would be talking about his virus, and now I knew that I was connected to him in that way. And I know during my illness, when I was really, really sick in those days, there was several days where I was just, you know, I felt like I was possibly not gonna make it, not gonna wake up the next day. And you know, when you're first diagnosed, you go through all the feelings of shame and disgust, and you feel dirty and gross, and you can't believe that you have this, and you have to deal with this now, and you have to think about how people are gonna think of you. And that is another reason why I put the video out, because I didn't want anyone to be talking behind my back. I wanted them to understand what it was today and what I was living with. And so I dealt with all of those feelings in the beginning, but about a week or so, or maybe a little bit less into my diagnosis, and I was really, really sick. I remember sitting right here and looking at these windows over here. I've always remembered it was kind of this general area, and I had this feeling of, I just felt, my God, I am forever now connected to these men. that suffered like I am right now in that time, and I know how that felt, and I know how bad it felt, and I just realized that, you know, this is bigger. This isn't just me having this virus, and how am I going to deal with the rest of my life? Now I'm connected to these people that have been through this, so many people in the world that have died of HIV and AIDS. And here I have it, but I know, because my doctor told me I was going to survive, that she said if it had been 10 to 15 years prior, that she probably would have given me about 2 months to live. So my timing was great for me, obviously, and makes you really think about all the people that weren't given that opportunity. And it's heavy. It's a really, really heavy realization. And but I, you know, of course felt really connected to Freddie in that way, obviously now because I have the same virus, also to Pedro Zamora. Those are two people that I was always really fond of, and Pedro, I could do a whole nother video on him because I was blown away by him being on the real world and being out about his status and what he did. It just hit me like a ton of bricks all of a sudden, that one moment, that epiphany when I realized that I'm connected to all these men who have died of AIDS. I knew that this movie was being worked on. I knew it would eventually come out, and I was, you know, kind of hearing little things. Did you hear there's going to be a movie coming out? And I was really excited about it. The movie just came out. My channel at the same time has kind of gone berserk. There's been a lot of new subscribers recently, and all I can attribute it to is the fact that this movie came out and people are searching up Queen videos, Freddie Mercury, and maybe Rami Malek. I don't think Rami Malek's videos bring people to me, but I know Freddie and Queen do. What an honor to have YouTube associate my videos with Freddie. I mean, it just blows my mind. I remember when I was about 7 or 8, I was born in 70, and so I think, you know, We're the Champions came out around 78 maybe, I'd have to look it up, but I remember my older cousin Jim at my grandma's house. Every time I hear the song, I think of being there, and he was playing that song, and I remember him, like, there was just something about how he was talking about it. It's like, this song is everything, and I remember thinking, looking up to him as a little kid, as to a teenager, thinking, wow, this is the song. And, you know, little did I know and comprehend that this was going to be a song that was going to go on forever. I didn't get the profoundness of it at the time, but of course I do now. So yeah, and Bohemian Rhapsody, of course, Wayne's World was my college age movie, and that song was re-released and became a #1 hit again. And of course we hear it on the radio nearly every single day. My kids know so many Queen songs, and it's not because I play it all the time, it's just because they're always in movies. They're in on YouTube videos, I suppose, but they know them. They know a lot of them. It's really this surreal, crazy feeling to know that my videos are somehow associated with Freddie, and it's because of HIV for sure. Thank you all for subscribing. If you want to know anything about my story, feel free to look at my videos, my HIV/AIDS story, and my HIV/AIDS story pictures tell it all. A lot of people want to know who I got it from, why didn't I want to kill him. You know, this was somebody who I had a relationship with. He didn't know he had HIV. There's a lot more to the story, but I hold no anger towards him. He didn't know he had it, and he didn't contact me after he found out, but he did give my name and number to the clinic. A lot of people think that he didn't, but I know he did, because I know when I called him after I'd been diagnosed, it was within days of my diagnosis, his mom, the first thing she said to me was, "We gave your name and number to the clinic." Like, it was like the first words out of her mouth, so she couldn't have made that up on the spot. So I really do feel like he's absolutely was telling the truth in that matter. See my setup here? I've got a little kid's chair on my bed, and one of these lights that never works well with my glasses, but I do the best I can. This is my dog Finn, and he thinks we're gonna go somewhere. Say hi, Finn. Hi, Finny. You a good boy? Yeah. And he's not a statue. He just looks at things outside, and he's protecting us. And this is Sky. Say bye, Sky. Okay, guys, thanks again for watching my channel. Definitely be putting out more videos if people are gonna subscribe. Hell, oh, what's happening there? I'll I'll definitely put some more out. I've sort of been slacking on my channel because I didn't really think anybody was watching so much anymore, but I guess they are. All right, bye.